There's a specific moment, not the moment you found out, the moment after, when your brain tried to process what just happened and couldn't. You didn't break down, you didn't scream, you just went quiet and started asking yourself the same question on loop. How did I not see this? That question isn't what you think it is. It's not confusion. It's not self-blame. It's your brain running a program, a very specific one. And once it starts, it doesn't stop on its own. Picture this. Someone you trusted does something that changes everything. Maybe it was big, a lie, a betrayal, something that rewrote your reality, or maybe it was small, but it hit just as hard. A message you weren't supposed to see, a conversation you weren't supposed to hear, and suddenly you realize the version of this person in your head never existed. And now you can't unsee it. You try to go back. You can't. Because it's not just them that changed. You changed. Here's what nobody tells you. Your brain didn't register this as emotional pain. It registered it as a threat, not metaphorically, neurologically. The same system that activates when you're in danger activated the moment you understood what happened. And that system doesn't turn itself off. When betrayal hits, 3 systems activate at once. First, your threat system. Your brain detects danger. Your body reacts instantly. Heart rate increases, breathing changes, muscles tense. Your system prepares to escape, even though the threat is sitting right in front of you. Second, your thinking shuts down, not completely, but enough. The part of your brain responsible for logic and decision-making gets deprioritized because survival comes first. That's why you couldn't think clearly. That's why you felt confused. Not because you're weak, because your brain shifted into emergency mode. And then, the third system, the one that traps you, memory. Your brain fails to file the event as finished, so it keeps replaying it over and over. Not because you choose to, because the process isn't complete. It's an open loop, and your brain keeps trying to close it. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. There's something called betrayal blindness, and it explains everything. When the person hurting you is also someone you depend on, your brain makes a decision. It decides it's safer not to fully see what's happening, so it hides it. You notice the signs. Of course you did. You're perceptive. Something felt wrong, but your brain never let the full picture form, because seeing it would have been more destabilizing than ignoring it. So you stayed. And later, you blamed yourself. How did I not see this? You didn't see it because your brain protected you, not from them, from the impact of knowing. And once you finally see it, something else begins. Your brain rewires. Not emotionally, physically. The same patterns seen in trauma start to appear. Your system changes. Now small things feel big. Someone pulls away, and your body reacts instantly, not because you're needy, because your brain learned something. People disappear, people change, people hurt you without warning. You start anticipating, scanning, overthinking, not as a habit, as a survival mechanism. This is the rewiring, and it runs automatically, before you think, before you decide, before you even realize it's happening. So the real question isn't, can you go back? Because you can't. The brain doesn't undo this. The real question is, what happens next? Because your brain doesn't just break, it adapts. It builds new pathways. Based on what it experiences, if your environment keeps confirming the threat, those pathways get stronger. If people keep proving your fears right, your system locks in. But if something different happens, something real, your brain starts building a second path, not replacing the old one, competing with it. And over time, the path you use more becomes the default. So healing isn't about forgetting. It's about exposure to something new, consistently. Not fake safety, not forced positivity. Real safety, real consistency. Real behavior that contradicts what your brain learned. Because your brain doesn't listen to what you say. It listens to what it experiences. And here's the part most people avoid. If your environment keeps triggering the same response, nothing changes. That distinction is everything. If you've been through something like this, and you still feel it, you're not broken, you're responding. exactly the way your brain was designed to. The loop, the overthinking, the hyper-awareness. It's not weakness, it's unfinished processing. And the only way forward is seeing it clearly. There's a specific type of person who understands this. Not someone looking for comfort, someone looking for truth, even when it's uncomfortable. If that's you, you already know what to do next. You've probably noticed something while watching this. Not everyone will. Most people hear this and move on. But a small percentage of people, they feel it, they recognize it, because they've lived it. And once you see patterns like this clearly, you don't go back to seeing things the same way again. This channel isn't for everyone. It's for people who pay attention. People who notice what's happening beneath the surface. People who don't just react. They observe. If that's you, you already know what to do. The next video goes deeper.